We start in Puerto Rico, where Condado residents denounced the sale of a public park, near the beach. The process, marked by irregularities, was hidden from the community and was sold in a low price to develop a condominium. Residents have claimed back that property. Our Francis Felix tells us where things stand.
More questions arise about the sale of this park located in Ashford Avenue, corner F. Crook Street. The sale was denounced by local residents who requested, among other things, the process to be canceled and returned to the community.
Aquí vinieron dos comisiones de la legislatura para entender qué fue lo que pasó.
Crook Properties acquires on February 24 the public land for $145,000 through a direct sale, which was authorized by the Department of Transportation. The property is located in front of one of the few accesses to the beach that Condado has, and the neighbors use it for recreation. The company applied for permission to build a 12-story residential building at a cost of $10 million. The transaction has been questioned by residents and is the subject of a legislative investigation. The Department of Transportation certified that it had no public utility at the request of the buyer and without consulting the community. They also questioned the low price which it was sold. During a protest called by residents of Condado, the attorney and spokesman for the community, Amaury Rivera, explained how they found out about the sale.
We've had an incredible development in that one of our parks was sold in secret. And we found by accident because they started killing the trees with poison. And as the trees were dying off, nature speaks to us. And the best example is what happened here. Nature gave us a warning that something was going on. And that's how we found out that there was a problem with the property and that the property was sold.
Residents denounced that holes like these ones were made in these centenary trees with drills to poison them. The Department of Natural Resources await for the final inform to determine if this poison was illegal. Rivera pointed out the importance of the park for children, and he reclaimed it back for the community.
Parks under Puerto Rican law or any law should never be sold. Parks are property of the people, and in this case of the people of Puerto Rico. Selling parks is a very bad policy in Puerto Rico and elsewhere, any place in the world. We need more parks. We need more green areas, and we need more areas for the children. Whomever did this, whomever was the governmental official that was beyond this transaction, and whomever is buying that property, that the politicians are not getting a single vote of us. And the developer, we want our park back. The benches that they took from this park, we want them returned. We want the property returned to normalcy, and we want new trees and the property returned to us as it should be.
One of the things that are criticized is the transparency of this process. For Rivera, the sale of these parks marks a negative pattern that could impact other communities around the island. Reporting from Condado, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
All right, thanks so much, Francis. In the meantime, a big party in the Bahamas as a weekend of Independence Day celebration takes over. Our One Caribbean News, Deandra Hamilton, takes us there.
Icing on the cake, the People's Rush, featuring 10 Junkanoo groups. It was a weekend of celebration deemed absolutely necessary by many, with Independence festivities spread across the Bahamas Islands. It was clear Bahamians were happy to be unchained for public gatherings following the lockdowns and curfews precipitated by COVID-19. Long-standing traditions and new elements of the July 10th holiday were embraced. As is customary, children were included in the national flag raising held on historic Clifford Park. They talked about Bahamians making a name on the world stage.
Consistently peaceful transfer of power and our peaceful achievement of majority rule. Next.
Just achieving majority rule, we were able to achieve independence with the FNM and the PLP sitting at the table in London. Because at the end of the day, all we is one.
The tattoo, including an inspection of the guard and march past, which is always a favorite, was splendid. And a cultural, lyrical journey through the islands in song. Now the Bahamas marches on with huge anticipation for the 50th anniversary of Bahamian independence.
All right, thanks so much for that report, DeAndre. Well, meantime, U.S. Border Patrol agents and Puerto Rico police seized hundreds of pounds of cocaine that would have been worth several $1 million on the streets. Investigators detected and intercepted a vessel on Monday morning with 4 non-citizens from the Dominican Republic on board, transporting 898 pounds or 407 kilos of cocaine near Cabo Rojo. You're seeing just some of the seized drugs right here on your screen. The estimated value of the seized contraband is $8.5 million. The investigation started last Thursday morning when border agents spotted the suspected smuggling vessel. A coordinated effort brought in a Puerto Rican maritime unit to eventually intercept the vessel. Before they were nabbed, investigators say the alleged smugglers tried to get away while throwing several bales overboard. Police also recovered a firearm. In all, 346 bricks were recovered from the water. The DEA is continuing to prosecute.